Good morning and welcome to Yin Yoga. We are going to start today on our backs. So just make your way over to your mat. And then just have your blocks and your strap somewhere nearby. And settling right down onto your back. And we'll begin by closing our eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. 2 more like that. In through the nose. Just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Filling in right down to your belly, your chest. And exhaling, completely draw the pit of your belly slowly in. Body relaxes. Your mind quiets. For the next little while, just tune out the rest of the world. And allow this practice to be just about you, how you're feeling right now. Slowly lengthen your arms over your head. Point your toes. Just a gentle stretch here. Not a lot of effort. And then we'll come into banana pose. So walking your legs to the right side of your mat. Shifting your torso and your arms to the right side of your mat. So your back body is completely flat on the mat. And just feeling the lengthening all the way down your left side body. Feel the stretch down your ribs, your waist, your hip. And if you want a little more intensity, you can grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And you can also cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle. And just remembering to go to your edge, never pushing beyond. Finding stillness, finding your breath. And just allowing your body to naturally release any tension. And then slowly uncross your ankles, release your wrist and make your way back to the center. Just bring your arms down by your sides. Draw your knees into your chest nice and slow. And then on your next exhale, again, lengthen your legs, arms over your head. Banana pose to the left. So just slide your legs over to the left. Torso and arms follow. And just taking the time here to settle into the new sensation all the way down the right side of your body. Perhaps grabbing a hold of your right wrist or crossing your right ankle over your left. With every inhale, expand outward through your rib cage. Every exhale, just soften and relax. Release your wrist, uncross your ankles, and bring everything back to the center. Knees into chest. And just a gentle rock side to side. Massage out your lower back. And then keeping your knees drawn in really tight as you can get them. We're going to cactus our arms out by our sides. And then allow your knees to drop to the right. So we're keeping them tucked up nice and close to our arm. And if this is a little intense, you do have an option of putting a block underneath your right leg, so propping up your legs a little bit. And if you're finding it a big stretch on your left shoulder blade, your left chest, you can put a block there as well. So always making the time to settle your body into the pose that's appropriate for you. And then once you're there, stillness. Noticing the stretch here in your upper back, middle upper back. Probably your left chest. Notice if anything is tense here in this pose, and can you just relax it? then from your knees being drawn up close to your arms, slowly take your time and move them down so that they're in line with your hip. So noticing, I just felt a little bit of movement in my spine there. Make sure it's not painful. And then settling in here. So the stretch is moving down your back a little bit, down your spine. Find your breath. And then again, very slowly take your knees below hip level. So sliding them down, noticing the sensation move down to your lower spine, your abdominal area. And again, breathe. From here, make your way onto your back. And take your feet as wide as your mats and let your knees fall in towards the center. You can bring your arms back down by your sides if you like. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So draw your knees in again, nice and tight. Cactus your arms and let your knees fall to the left. Just noticing how this feels on this side. Propping your legs up so the outer side of your left thigh, you could put a block under that, or perhaps under your right shoulder. Find your place. Settle into stillness. Each breath in, just focusing and send that breath to wherever you're feeling this. Soften with each breath out. Slowly slide your knees down so they're in line with your hip. Continue breathing. And the knees slide down even lower, below hip level, if that works for you today. Once again, find your stillness. Make your way onto your back. And again, feet as wide as your mat. Just allow your knees to fall in towards the center. And when you're ready, let's make our way up to seated. So just rolling over onto one side. Okay. And all the way up. Good. We're going to come right into deer pose. So take your right knee, your right leg, and just bend it out in front and tuck your left leg in behind you. Sitting up nice and tall. And then just allowing your torso to fall forward over top of your right thigh. And you can have your blocks if you like. You can rest your head on a block or two, maybe on your hands, or maybe all the way down to the earth. And just relaxing into this beautiful hip and glute stretch. Just seeing if you can let the weight of your torso just relax right onto your leg or your thigh. Soften your hips. Relax your shoulders. Noticing your mind. Your busy mind tends to want to wander and think about things, analyze. Probably one of the hardest things we can do in our yoga practice is just to turn our mind off. Focus on the here and now. Anchor yourself here with your breathing. then slowly make our way up. And we're just going to have our hands behind us with our knees bent. And you can have your fingers pointing outwards or pointing right behind you, whatever is more comfortable for your wrists or your shoulders. Good. And then just draw your shoulder blades together on your back and pull your heart forward. You could let your head fall back if that's comfortable. Opening up through the chest, feel stretch down your bicep. And then coming back and relaxing. And we'll do that again. Shoulder blades slowly reach toward one another as your chest opens. Head can relax back. And release. And we're going to do that one more time. So you can do that exactly as we just did it. If you want a little more of a stretch and your shoulders are feeling happy today, we can come into reverse bridge. So to do that, we're just going to lift our hips up. We can try that on, see if it works. Otherwise, go back to where we were. Just take 3 breaths here, in and out. Slowly release down if your hips are up. And then just coming forward and reaching around your shins. And up. And we'll move into deer pose on the other side. So this time our left leg will be forward. Tucking your knee forward, the right leg tucks in behind. And then melting your chest. Find your props, your blocks if you need them. And then settling into stillness. And always remembering at the beginning of each pose to just take the time to find your edge. Just shift your body into wherever you feel the most benefit for you today. And then once you're there, the hardest part is probably to just be still physically and emotionally. Think about softening your shoulders, your hips, your jaw. And we'll make our way up. Good. And just straighten your legs out in front, give them a little shake. We're going to make our way onto our side, and you probably will need a strap for this one. And we're going to be stretching out our quad or hip flexor area. And I like to use the strap just so I can relax my grip. So I'm not actually holding and using my muscles to hold on to my leg or my ankle. So using the strap, I find, just allows me to relax a little more. So let's take the strap and wrap it around our right ankle. Both ends of the strap are in my right hand as I come down to my right side. And then I'm just going to come all the way down, making my head and my neck comfortable. And then your bottom leg can straighten. And you're just going to draw your right leg in. And again, I can reach my ankle here. Sometimes I like to use the strap just to, again, relax into it. So find your edge. Think about hips are stacked one on top of the other. And if you find you're wobbling back and forth, you can bend your bottom knee just a little bit, just to broaden your base there. And then just thinking about drawing your heel up towards your bum. Relax and breathe. And release that leg. And then roll over onto the other side. I'm just going to flip over here so my back's not towards the camera. And with or without the strap, depending on how that felt, make your way down. And again, making sure that your neck and your head are relaxed. And then just snuggling in. Notice your breathing here. Is it nice and relaxed? let's release. And just come on up. We're going to meet in tabletop. Spread your fingers as wide as they will go. Press each fingertip into the earth. And we'll just start to walk our hands around. Fingers going outward and moving them towards the back, pointing towards your knees if that's available. Otherwise, just go as far as you can. Perhaps a little front and back, rocking forward and back. And then slowly walking your fingertips back, facing forward. And then take your right hand and just turn the top of your palm down. Try not to dump a lot of weight into that wrist, but just feeling the stretch of your forearm here. And then switch sides. And both palms down. Cat and cow breath. Nice, long, juicy inhale. Drop your belly, tilt your tail up. Broaden through your shoulders and your chest. And then exhale deeply as you round your back, tuck your tail, let your head relax down. Inhale, open up the front body. Exhale, lengthen through your spine and your neck. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, and just go through a few slow cycles. Make your way through one more cycle of cat and cow. And then we'll meet with a neutral spine. Lock your hands so that your index fingers are turned out a little bit. Have them nice and wide. And then take your knees as wide as your mat, toes curl under. We're just going to come into a lazy downward dog. So hips press up and back. And you can make this even lazier by bringing your feet in a little closer towards your hands. But still find that same length down your torso. Fingers are still spread wide. And then softly pedal out your heels one at a time. Maybe you want to just move your torso around, so kind of like circles with your torso. You can go in one direction. And then the other way. And then finally coming to stillness here. Let your heels relax towards the earth. Just take a few breaths. Gently knees lower to the mat and make your way into Shavasana. Nice and relaxed, palms to the sky. Breathing softens and relaxes. Your dreams are important. A woman told me about a dream she had, one that was bothering her deeply. What do you think it means? She asked me. I don't know, I replied. Besides, it doesn't matter what I think. The important thing is what you think. What's your dream telling you? We dream two kinds of dreams: waking dreams and sleeping dreams. Both are powerful forms of consciousness. Our sleeping dreams, the images that dance in our minds while we sleep, hold many clues to our life, growth, the future and the past, healing, and our connections with others. They may reveal suppressed emotions. They may be bits and pieces of prophecy. They may be the symbols of truths that we're about to learn. Our waking dreams are important as well. We go about daily with our expectations, our wants, desires, or hopes, our heart's plans for the future. We may not express these dreams. We may not even realize we are superimposing them on our lives, much the same way we can forget about what we dream when we sleep. There's power in allowing ourselves to become conscious of our dreams. What are our dreams telling us? What we want, about what we fear, hope, or desire? Expressing our dreams will connect us to our consciousness and a higher consciousness. Expressing them will connect us to our creative force. And tapping into our dreams will help us step into creativity. Creativity for our lives, for our projects, and the powerful creative force in the universe. There's power in dreaming, whether we're asleep or awake. Take the time to honor and express your dreams. I invite you to slowly roll over onto your left side. Draw your knees up tight to your chest, rest your head in your arm, and just take a few moments there. And when you're ready, we'll come up to seated. And we'll share one final breath together as we breathe in very, very deeply. And then exhale just as deeply, hands to heart. And I thank all of you for joining me today. Namaste. And I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Just going to stop the recording.